Good evening. So we're at the tail end of the Flemington Carnival, and it's been, well, a tough week. But we get up and do it again tomorrow at Champions Day. At this point in time, I've had a look at the quaddy legs, which includes the three Group 1s, and these are my thoughts. Starting with the Champions Sprint. Look, Bella Nipotina is in a rare space at the moment. She is absolutely airborne. Her record down the straight doesn't read well at all, saying that she's always been against the best horses. So you can only take her on trust. Giga Kick seems to have come back the last two runs to his better self. He went so close in the Everest behind Bella Nipotina, likes Flemington. And Overpass was very impressive too, although Overpass is going to WA again, so maybe this is just not quite a jump out, but like his main target is WA. Barracuda was a star last start, but this is definitely harder. Bellatrix Star, this filly just doesn't run a bad race. Now, down Flemington last start, her time, she ran the fastest last 1,000 metres of the day. And when you look at times, and it's hard to go from race to race from year to year, but if you just look at sectionals, her times down the straight are up there with the likes of Nature Strip, Imperatrice, and others. Now that might be a silly statement, but on sheer times, that's the way it reads. And she drops 3.5 kilos for her last run in the Kilmore. So I've actually put Bellatrix Star on top. She'll want a good speed. I think she'll get it, because she does get back. But her finish is out of this world. And on the light weight, I think she goes very close to winning this, if not winning it. So I put Bellatrix Star on top. Then I put Bella Nipotina in for second because she's just airborne at the moment, and Giga Kick in for third. So 12 Bellatrix Star, 5 Bella Nipotina, 1 Giga Kick. In the Champions Mile, when I originally was starting to do the form for this race, I was going to leave Brightside Jenny out of the equation, because how many times can you go to the well? Prior to Jenny, let's start there. New jockey, because the owner felt that Bates, he went quick in the Cox Plate, broke Wink's record for the first 12 or 1600 or whatever it was, set up the race for Via Sistina and others. But at the end of the day, she needs a lead, regardless. And she's not going to get a good lead unless he does get pretty quick tomorrow. It won't be Bates. So I don't know whether sacking Bates on that one run really is acceptable. She's had a tough campaign, that tough run in Sydney, come down, a tough run at the Cox Plate. I've left them out of my top three tomorrow. If she wins or runs a place, well, good on her. But I'd be giving her a rest. That's just my opinion. Antino was super last start. Now, he does tend to struggle to beat the top liners, but going really well this prep. So, and Fangirl comes down from Sydney. She ran 4th for this race last year. Look, the mile is her go, but Melbourne, she's just not as successful in Melbourne as Sydney. She's frustrating, to be honest. But on her day, she beats anyone. So the way I'm reading this race is I'm actually going with Mr. Brightside on top. You just know what you're going to get from him every race. And back to the mile. He came back to this race last year after being on the Cox Plate. Ran second to Pride of Jenny. This year, Pride of Jenny's got to come back for the Cox Plate as well. And she's not going as well. So, hence, I've put Mr. Brightside on top. I put Antino in for second and Fangirl in for third. The Champion Stakes, well, look, Via Sistina will be odds on. You're a brave punter if you pot versus stand tomorrow. Look, what she did in the Cox Plate was out of this world. Yes, it was set up for her with prior to Jenny running that time, but her form prior was terrific. So, you know, she's the real deal. I can't back her at odds on. I think a tissue will go very close tomorrow. I think that you're far better off taking the Quinella in versus standing on a tissue than backing Via if you're going to do Via. You'll get better odds, and if a tissue happens to win, you'll get even better odds. So, Elias will appreciate a dry track tomorrow. Record at this trip is unbelievable. And they're the only three I'm putting the quaddie tomorrow. So I've got Via Sistina on top, a tissue in for second, Elias for third. But I can't back Via at that sort of odds. Race 9, an impossible race to end the program in the Flemington Carnival. This race, it's a benchmark 80. You could make a case for 7, 8, 9 runners in there. And to be honest, they're all ordinary, really. I mean, it's a benchmark 80, but it's more like a benchmark 70. It's pretty ordinary. If you get the quaddie, then you're going to get the winner on this whole race, and that's going to be hard. Without going through my logic on this whole race, I've come up with Miss Icelandic on top. 2 starts back was really good in a benchmark 80. Last start, something went amiss. Forget about it. Has a touch of class on these. She's All Shenanigans first up. Another racehorse who has previous campaigns has raced really well and likes Flemington. Port Albert won at the very last start. On his day, he's a quick horse. So I've actually put Miss Icelandic on top. She's All Shenanigans in for second, and Port Albert in for third. So looking at this is just the quaddie legs for tomorrow. I've got my quaddie at 1, 5, 6 and 12, 1, 4, 6, 9 and 10, 6, 10, 11, and 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. That last race is the worry. Even if I get the first 3 legs, which are probably easier, that last leg is going to be a nightmare. Good punting, as always. If you are having a bet, gamble responsibly. I hope you finish the carnival strong. I certainly hope I back some winners tomorrow. So thanks for hearing me out. Talk next time.